Hey, you playa! As I've gotten older, there are 5 different things that I've learned along the way that I wish someone had pulled me aside and taught me sooner. These are going to affect how you interact with people, how you talk about them, how you think about them, and how you think about yourself. So be prepared because this is going to set you on the course that's going to change your life forever. Number 1, your friends will not always be your friends. You might consider them close to you now because you go to the same school or you have the same hobbies or maybe you live in the same neighborhood. But as you get older, as you start to explore the world, you're going to start to notice those friendships drifting apart. This is pretty common, by the way. Most of the friendships that you form are going to be seasonal. For example, you go into college, you hit it off with someone, you're best bros, you take all the same classes, you hang out all the time together, but after 4 years, you're probably going to go off into different career directions. You're probably going to talk sparingly until eventually you're not really talking that much at all. And that's not to say every friendship will fall apart. You can maintain a long-term friendship with someone over the years and over the changes in your life. I have friends that I've known for over 20 years that I still talk to today, but a lot of the friends going back that I used to hang out with all the time, I don't really talk to at all anymore. So the best thing you can do is to not put pressure on yourself or your friends to try to uphold the type of friendship you had way back when. Recognize that it will evolve. Other people are going to become more priorities in their lives, and the same is going to go for you, and you just have to learn to kind of roll with that. Number 2, the people that you have these deep emotional crushes on will eventually move on with their lives. They'll develop their own families, they'll have children, and you will eventually be at peace with that. It's something you never could have convinced me of when I was younger because the feelings that I had for those crushes were so real. I was in love with every single one of those girls, and the thought of them moving on just broke my heart. But then I grew up and I saw it actually happen. They found partners that cared about them, got married, had kids, started a family, and just moved on with their lives. And I was totally okay with that. Every time I see one of my old crushes post something online about them and their families out somewhere having fun, I feel joy in my heart because I'm happy with my relationship, I'm happy with my life, and I'm happy with the direction that all of that took me. There probably will always be a part of you that sees that old crush and feels nostalgic for that old flame, which is totally fine. Just know that the painful feelings of knowing that you can't be with them that you had when you were younger will eventually go away. Number 3, your path and your purpose will constantly evolve as you enter different stages of your life. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a firefighter because the thought of being courageous and brave and helping people is what drew me in. Then I got really into wrestling in my teens and I wanted to work for the WWE. I didn't know what I wanted to do, I just knew I wanted to be over there. Into my 20s, I started to develop the Josh Speaks. I wanted to help teens and young adults learn how to be their best selves. And now in my 30s, getting closer to my 40s, who knows what the future holds for me? The question of what your future holds for you can only be answered in the present with the current level of experience that you have. Who knows what the next 5 years hold for you? Maybe you'll find yourself in a different city or country, or maybe you'll be married with kids. All these different curveballs is going to change your outlook on life. The way you see things now is not going to be the same a few years from now. And how I've learned to deal with that is to assess what's in my control and what's out of my control. I allow curiosity and wonder to help shape my path, to introduce me to new things, and to give me the grace to know that something just might not be the right thing for me anymore. Number 4, appreciate the people in your life while you still have them because they will not be here forever. This is a point we all know, but we always overlook until it's too late. We sit there thinking, why didn't I spend more time with that person? Why didn't I talk to them more often? Why didn't I learn more about their life? A big part of that appreciation is to recognize the full scope of every person as best as we can in the most non-judgmental way possible. To know that everyone longs to be loved. To know that everyone enjoys talking about things they like and they want to avoid sadness. To recognize that people have had hardships in their life that might have shaped their good or bad decisions. Now, this is not about letting people get away with bad things. Instead, it's a practice of forgiveness, learning to let things go, recognizing that we are all flawed and we will make mistakes. Plus, our time is limited. You will one day die. They will one day die. And if you can recognize the reality of that statement, you might try your best to appreciate the time and spend any time you want to with them before they're gone. And that goes for grandparents, parents, friends, spouses, children, whomever you want to maintain a strong relationship with in your life. Take advantage of the time that you have. Forgiveness really is the only path towards healing. So start your healing journey today. Number 5, you offer value in this world just by being you, not in the things that you do. We're often taught that we need to aspire to be something great in order to be worthy of love, admiration, kindness, care, and just the thoughtfulness of others. But just who you are, the experiences that you've had, your thoughts, your feelings, your perceptions on life matters. There really is no one exactly like you in this world, and there never will be. So go out and use your unique talent, be somebody great, make an impact on lives. But if you find yourself falling short, if you find yourself in a cycle of doubt, or you're getting rejected and you just fear that failure all the time, know that just because you're not perfect doesn't mean you're not loved. I wish I knew that a lot earlier and I wasn't so hard on myself. I wish I knew that just because I wasn't making everyone happy all the time didn't mean I was any less deserving of their love, kindness, or respect. I wish I knew that I could prioritize myself once in a while instead of putting everyone else's needs above my own. Do your best to never sell yourself short, because you have what it takes to be somebody great. But only you can determine what that greatness actually looks like. On that note, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.